Hey, my name is Jacob Hargrove. I'm the Director of Plant Services, and we're here to talk about some of our new features for the HC120 thermal fluid heater. Here we have parallel positioning. We're using a Nexus NXF 4000 actuated controls for your number 2 fuel, your air, and your gas. So this is a dual fuel burner. It'll do number 2, it'll do natural gas, and it'll do propane. Additionally, we have what we call a 10-to-1 turn down burner. So the burner will do an input of 1.5 million BTUs, and it'll also turn down to 150,000 BTUs, which means it's less likely to cycle on and off. Over here we have a stack thermocouple, which feeds back to a controller that'll let you see real-time stack temperature. Feeds back to the panel box here. You can see the controller. And then we also have your parallel positioning HMI screen. Allows you to do temperature control, allows you to see your lockout messages. Inside the panel here, we'll give you a little bit of an overview of how our setup is. So everything on the left-hand side of the terminal strip is internal to the panel box. Everything on the right-hand side would be fed from outside the panel box. Typically we've had a YB110 and a YZ300. Here we just have the NXF 4000. You can slap an SD card in here to preload all your parameters. The plug-ins here pull right out, so if you ever have to make a replacement, you're keeping one spare part and you don't have to unwire it. So it's a quicker turnaround when there is an issue. Next we'll go back here to the sight glass on the back of the expansion tank. We've upgraded it. It's more robust, so less likely to break. It's got a better housing. It'll last a lot longer. Here we have a sock filter for draining for straining the oil. So you would unscrew these out. You would put your sock filter in. We have different size microns. So as your oil gets cleaner and cleaner, you reduce the size micron bag. We have a spot here for you to put a pressure gauge so you can see if it's plugged up or not. We've also added gate valves on the return manifold down here. So if you ever did need to add another circuit, you wouldn't have to drain the system down. You could just tie right into the existing gate valve. We've also added gate valves instead of plug valves on the system. Allows for a higher heat and finer control over your flow rate. Down here we have something called an eccentric reducer, which helps with turbulent flow, helps with pump cavitation and vibration, so it'll increase the lifespan of your pump. And we also have what we call an economizer. So the burner will send flue gas all the way down through the coil. It'll hit the back wall, comes around the outside of the coil, and exits out through the stack. This economizer is going to increase your efficiency by about 5%. It's robbing the flue gas and putting it back into the coil, into your hot oil. This is what we call a globe valve. It looks real similar to the gate valves, but this is for fine control. It will allow you to adjust the flow rate going into the coil. And then lastly, we have our new KSB pump. We've migrated away from the C-heat pumps and over to a KSB pump. It's a new design. It's got a mechanical seal instead of what we used to use, which were lip seals. It has a bearing here that's greased for life, so you do not have to grease the bearing. It's good for the life of the pump. And it also has a vent here to vent it during startup. Additionally, on the discharge side of the pump, we have a spot where we can put a pressure gauge, which gives us an indication of pump flow rate. Down here on the Y strainer, we've added a spot for a vacuum gauge to see if your Y strainer is clogged up, along with a standard way to drain the Y strainer. And this is all of our upgraded features for the new HC120.